Hey there, welcome to a new video. My name is BassTi, and in today's video I want to show you a new plugin which just dropped a couple of days ago. And I really have to say this is probably one of my most favorite plugins this year had to offer so far. I'm really fascinated. I really love it. It's so much fun playing around. Also, quick note ahead, I have an affiliate link down in the description. So if you want to grab the plugin, make sure to just use my affiliate link so you can also support me in this indirect way. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe and drop a like, which is the best way to support the channel. You will find everything on my channel from tutorials about plugin reviews, production streams and feedback streams, sample challenges. There's also a Discord link in the description to join the best production community in the world, which I've built over the last couple of years. Make sure to join so you can meet amazing producers around all the world and just connect with each other. But now let's get started with the actual video. The plugin I'm talking about is called SuperStarSaw. This is what it looks like, and like the name already says, it's good for supersaws and related to all sounds which rely on saws. And when we opened it, this is the preset we are being confronted with. I'm playing one note right here. And the unique feature about this is that you can morph between different instances of chords which are doing different stuff. We have two colors right here, the pink and the green one, and these are basically different generators. And we can morph between these different generators in four corners. So we have the left corner, the right corner, and the same on the bottom. So four variations of combinations. On each corner, we can say how much of the pink we want, how much of the green we want. We can just morph between the different instances. And let's have a listen what it sounds like. So you can hear the behavior of the sound is changing. We will build a patch ourselves in a second so you can truly understand how it works. But now let's have a look at the sound I prepared for this video, which sounds like this. So you can hear we have different behaviors, different textures, and also a really cool and fun scale. We are in a Dorian style scale right now, and we can just switch the scales. For example, let's go to this amazing scale called Hirayoshi, and now let's play again. We can create amazing textures and blend between these different instances. This is so much fun to play around with. I'm extremely getting inspired by this approach because it's not boring like you are used to from Serum, building the chords, stacking up the octaves, because everything is built different. I have also set up this progression right here. So when we press different notes, it automatically stays in key. This is fascinating. This is so great to develop ideas. Let's switch to the friggin' dominant scale. This is just the patch on the bottom left. Now we can blend into the other one. And already get more movement. And the patch on the right with more bass movement as well. And on the bottom right. A little bit more subtle. But we can also blend between those and create little imperfections, which is really cool, especially in the age of AI, because an AI would never come up with something like that, obviously. But now let's actually build a patch ourselves, and later we will also go through a few of the stock presets. So this is the init preset, just with a saw. And now I would say let's first just lock in a key, and let's, for example, choose the minor pentatonic, because why not? This will get relevant later when we actually want to hear the different intervals doing stuff. We are in the pink oscillator right now, and you can see that there are 16 voices playing on top of each other. One voice, 16 voices. And we can make them spread apart. And make them white or less white. And now it obviously sounds really atonal. Let's give this some tonality from the scale we chose. Let's also change the note. Let's, for example, go with G minor pentatonic. In the pitch region, we can now enable the quantize feature, which means that depending on what note we play, it will stay in the key G minor pentatonic. We also have to lock it into a chord with the chord button right here. Now we can choose from different intervals, from different chords. Let's, for example, go with a seventh. And now it sounds like a chord. So without the chord feature, just with the quantize. And now with the chord, we can actually switch between the different notes of the key we selected. And we can give it less voices, more voices, and all this cool stuff. But now the actual magic happens with the motion and movement possibilities we have here, because we can modulate these things in a really, really natural and fun way. Let's play around with the panning, the amp, and the motion. And now you can already see what is happening. So with the different modulators, we can let the voices move around in the key. We can change the chord again. And also make it more detuned. Change the spreading, the width, less voices, more voices. We can also change the key, of course. Now we have created a beautiful patch, and we now have to log in this patch we just made to one of the areas in the center. So now we have to press this button, which means that we are saving the preset in this map. So now these settings are saved to this corner, and now we can blend in between, for example, this, which is still the init patch, and this, which we just crafted. So let's have a look. And now we have this beautiful arp again. So I think now you see how this works. And now let's, for example, also copy over this preset to the right. So let's just click this, and now we also have this here and here. What we could do now for variation is change the chord maybe, and also the modulation rate, maybe a little bit slower and a little bit less spread and width maybe, and the amp, maybe more mix. We can also sync this. We can also change the octave, or just the tuning in general, but I think playing with octaves makes a bit more sense. Now we can save this alternation on the right. We can also introduce this green area as well. Let's just enable the green swarm. This is what they are called. We just hear this plain saw now. I also pitch it down by an octave, so we can hear it a little bit better. And now we can also modulate the same here. And now the fun thing is that we can randomly generate settings for this green swarm, also for the pink swarm. But you can, of course, do it from hand and have more control. But it's also really fun to just explore it by randomization. Which one did we have here? We had the 7th. So let's also go with the 7th. And this is what it sounds like now. So now we have two overlaying patches doing their own thing. And let's maybe make the green one a little bit more subtle. Now we could apply a filter to just the purple one. So we can hear the green one a little bit better. Or enable the filter for both. And now we of course have to lock it in again. So let's press this button. So all the changes we did are being applied to the area on the top right. Now we can morph between this to this, or the init patch. And in this morph area, it's going completely crazy. We can also now add more effects to this. So let's add some delay maybe, ping pong as well, maybe on half notes, also some reverb. Maybe some chorus, but not that much. Now we of course have to confirm the changes again by just pressing this. But now we can also save this to the bottom area. But let's get rid of the filter. And now we can change the filter like this. And also do some morphing, which could be fun. And now we can even apply an LFO to the frequency. So we have to press this arrow and we have to go in the filter section and then track this. Maybe even do some fun resonance stuff. Also maybe some fun morphing. Let's also reduce the rate. This is so much fun. You now have to lock in the changes again by pressing this. Init patch, first change, second change, third change. This is so magic. And now, for example, if we wanted to change the init patch on the bottom left, we can also now just press this randomization thing again. And now we have a patch randomly generated on this corner on the left. And we have to check what the chord is playing. It's playing a fourth. Let's maybe change it to seventh inversion and also log in the changes again. We also have to make sure that the tuning is in key. We can reset by just pressing Control and then left click. Also change the envelope a little bit. Still sounds a bit weird. I changed some things, so it now should sound a little bit better. Let's give it some more movement. So you can use this randomization for a starting point and then just make it fit the context you are currently working on. Now we have to log in the changes again. And change between these different instances with modulation, without modulation. And you can get so much variation out of this. You can also randomize features, apply envelopes, a mod wheel, set of voices. There's so much possibilities. Also in this section you can enable some glide. It's just insane. The visual and audio feedback is also so direct. It's really, really, really fun. Let's listen to this soundscape. And now we can write a progression out of this. Go like this. And you can hear it's still in key. And we can even change the scale. So let's go with, for example, major pentatonic. Or Phrygian dominant. So much possibilities. This is so much fun. Yes, I think you will understand why you can spend hours in this and just designing patches and having fun cross-modulating, cross-morphing. This is also a different preset I made before the video. It sounds like this. You can also blend between different states. A bit more simple. But you can hear these little imperfections with the gliding. And it sounds really, really peaceful. Really fun sound. And you can see how the different voices are moving. And then moving back. You can see the vibration basically. It's really, really fun. Now let's also have a look at some of the presets. There's a plenty of presets as you can see here. Lots of different categories: bass, lead, pad, plug, sound effects, soundscape, steps and chords. That's the Slide Spirit preset I really liked. I think I did some changes to it. I'm not quite sure. but I really liked how it was sounding like. We can of course change the scale again. Dorian scale. Or Phrygian. Or minor pentatonic. Also has delay and chords on top. Really nice, really smooth. That's the slow swarm preset. More like a bass. We like the different states. You can get lots of different characters by just modulating and create some tension by moving like this. You can also automate stuff. So you have to press configure and then you have to move this, and now two parameters appear here, X and Y axis, and now you can just draw a modulation curve in your DAW. So that's really, really fun and easy to use. This is the Soda Legacy preset. That's a really fun movement. Sounds really organic. It has some cool effects. When you cross them off really, really fast, you can get some cool stuttering, cool artifacts from the effects blending into each other, basically. Like here right now. You can get in the Sophie territory, which many people, also me, are enjoying a lot. And that's the last preset I want to show you now, the Space Bubbles preset, one of my favorites. I did some changes to the scale, I think. You can customize everything to your needs. So much fun. You can hear the delay now. Let's go to minor pentatonic. Hirayoshi. This is so much fun. And I think now you got a pretty good impression of how SuperStarSaw is working. It's so much fun playing around, and I really enjoy the process, the creative process behind a lot, crafting a preset your own and just cross-modulating between the different states. It's really fun, it's really addicting. And if you also want to grab SuperStarSaw now, make sure to use my affiliate link down in the description or in the pinned message. Also make sure to drop a like and subscribe, which is the best way to support the channel as well. That's it for today's video. Have a great day and goodbye.